the blind side. Connie Powell goes straight over the tackler.
Irwin, the pick and go, Green right on her shoulder, gives it short to Vicky Irwin again. Wasp spreading the play, Abby Dow coming in, great step from Abby Dow. Emily Scott with the break, what a dummy from Scott, racing under the stick.
Chance here for Bristol Bears for the try that will take them to the playoffs. Robinson goes, Jetivo, one-on-one to score.
Helena Rowland, Scarrett on her outside, steps again, magical from Helena Rowland. Vivat now, short to Marley Packer, runs up against Beckett, spins, goes again, brilliant from Packer. They are the 2022 Allianz Premier 15s champions.
Hello everyone and welcome to the sun-kissed Stoop. It's Sunday, it's round 10 of the Allianz Premier 15s. Loughborough Lightning have made the journey down the M1 and they are facing a Harlequins team currently in the playoff spots with the Saracens breathing down their necks. That third and fourth place battle is really hotting up. We are counting down to kick off and we've got the Queen of the Stoop with us. Rachel Burford, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
I know you hate that and you're putting on a brave face, but I love it, so I'm just going to keep calling it to you. You are out of action at the moment, but in your absence, players are doing all right.
Yeah, I mean, we've really bolstered the squad over the summer, got some really good signings and some other signings coming in a bit later. So the squad's in a really good place, got plenty of experience, plenty of talent out there. You know, I'd love to be out there with them, but they're going really, really well.
And at the start of the season, you had a great start. I remember the game against Saracens here. You looked like a woman possessed, like you were really enjoying your rugby at the start of the year.
Yeah, I was. Obviously, I was away working at the World Cup, so I'd missed a big chunk of some of the cup games and the opening round, so I couldn't wait to get back out on the pitch. And so that old rivalry, isn't it, against Saracens? You always level up your game against them. So yeah, I'm missing being part of the squad in that respect, but hopefully a chance to maybe make an appearance before the end of the season. We can hope.
Well, we certainly can, and we've said it now. So everything crossed for you. Let's bring it to the present then. Currently sat fourth in the league, chance to go back to third today. Saracens are looking strong. There were the two teams, Exeter and Bristol, Exeter and Gloucester Hartby out there at the top. Bristol playing well. I mean, even Worcester coming here and getting a win. Pretty competitive this season.
Yeah, it really is. I think, you know, every team that turns up to play, they've got to play their best. You know, previous years and even last year it was more competitive, but nothing like this year. We've seen a complete change in the top of the table. We've got the two reigning previous champions, you know, fighting it out for a third, fourth place, and this is where we wanted the league to go. We wanted to have more competitive matches. We want to have that, you know, jeopardy every single week. And you know, sometimes when you're playing in those games, you don't necessarily want it to be that tough. But it's brilliant for the league. And yeah, the Quins are going well. Loughborough have struggled to find their form this season, but they're definitely starting to build on their performances over the last few weeks.
Let's talk about Loughborough Lightning then, because for people who watch the league regularly, they'll see that they're struggling. But for people who only tune in for the major tournaments, they'll look at that Lightning team and they'll see names like Cabea and Hunter and think, crikey, that is a strong team. And it is a strong team. This isn't as easy for Quins today as the league table might suggest.
Yeah, I think you can't just rule out, you know, where teams are sitting in the league. It's too competitive for that. And when we played against Loughborough on the last round, you know, it was a real tight match. They came back into it in the second half. But since then as well, they've got players that have come back. They're starting to find their form. I think where Loughborough struggled is the introduction back of their Scottish players and their internationals, and it took longer for them to gel as a team and start putting in the performances they can. We've seen patches of it, but you know, their pack is really strong. You've got a set of internationals in the engine room. Kath O'Donnell, you know, she's an absolute menace. If you ask any player who's played in a training session with her, an international, she is a menace to be around. So she'll be somebody that will make sure she gets some good go forward. Cabea, centres leadership. You know, there's so much in that pack that if they can click and come together, together, then actually they can cause Quins problems today.
And there is no place to click and come together quite like the Stoop in the sunshine. Speaking of the Stoop in the sunshine, what a place to bring up your 100th appearance for this great club.
I mean, what a place to get it, you know, running out at your home club where it all started. And for Chloe, you know, Edward, she's been such, and she live up in Scotland, but they popped it onto the DMP game last weekend that she spotted them surprise in the stands when she was warming up. So they did their congratulations to her last week. But yeah, it's a momentous occasion for her, and I'm so proud of her to be the first player for a Harlequins player to reach that milestone is remarkable. The commitment and the effort that she puts into this club is unbelievable, whilst holding down a full-time job is pretty special.
Yeah, incredible achievement. Given the level of players, the names of players who've come through this Harlequins programme, of course yourself included, who feel like they've been there for so long, to be that one who's been the thread that's run throughout and to reach 100, hopefully the first player of many, because now you realise that there are opportunities to do that, and there are opportunities to be supported, and I know that's something that you spoke about on a podcast this week as well, and I'm very much looking forward to digging a little bit deeper on that later. But we are counting down to kick-off, so a few things then. What do you want to see from both of these teams today? What can be the difference makers to get them over the line and get that important 4 or 5 points in the AP 15s table?
Well, I think it will start up front. You know, both packs are going to have to get their team on the front foot. We've got an electric back line. We love to throw it around. We love to take opportunities. We love running it out of our own goal line. But we've got to get really good go forward. And I think whichever team can win that battle will probably come out top. And there's a lot of players playing today who are very good in around the breakdown. So if they're going to slow the ball down, which Quins won't want, and vice versa. So key areas is how the pack get around the park and also the breakdown.
We're going to have a good time today. Very much looking forward to calling this one with you. It's Sunday. It is the final game of round 10 of the Allianz Premier 15. So let's take a look at what yesterday's results have meant for the league table.
Well, currently sat top of the tree, a Gloucester Hartbury, 10 games, 10 wins. Didn't get a bonus point yesterday. That ended a long run of 8 bonus point wins. Exeter Chiefs in second. They've recovered well from that opening day defeat. Saracens and Quins battling it out for that third spot. Just about warding off University of Worcester Warriors and Sale Sharks. They had a real ding-dong yesterday. Bristol Bears starting to recover. Loughborough Lightning really struggling. However, a win today could change all that. They still feel like they have got a part to play in the Allianz Premier 15s this season. DMP Sharks and Wasps both still looking for their first wins of the year. So a quick look at the Loughborough team then. They've just come out of the tunnel and they are waiting in the sunshine here at the Stoop. But there goes Chloe Edwards. 100 appearances for Harlequins today. The first to ever do it for Harlequins Women. Special moment for her. She has been a key part of every success since the project began. And she'll pack down a tight head today like she has done 99 times before. Very quick look at the teams then, because Loughborough Lightning are out. Helen Nelson wants to get this show on the road. She starts at 10. We'll look at Quins first, though. It's a strong back row. Mew, Robinson, Conkle, Roberts, and an all-star backline as well. Scott co-captains from 10. Mackenzie at 12 today. Ellie Kildun, she's been in the try. 6 so far this season. She starts at 15. Mike Hudson, the man in the middle today. He's refereed at the Stoop already this season. He was on the whistle when Harlequins men took on the Barbarians. And he's going to be taking charge in the sun here. Round 10 underway. Loughborough Lightning in the pink and African violet, kicking off to Harlequins in the famous quarters. Harlequins attacking the try line to your left in the first half, in front of the north stand. And Emma Swords puts boot to ball. That's taken well by Chloe Rolly, formerly of this parish in southwest London. Scored some great tries for Quins as well. And Loughborough Lightning win the first penalty of the match. Rosie Gallagher not rolling away. Oh, and Nelson. Well, that was just about perfect in the end. Tipped over the crossbar by Emily Scott. And Rachel Burford. Quins with some defending to do.
Line, please.
Yeah, probably wasn't the start that Quins would have wanted. Probably wanted to exit a little bit higher on that kick just to be able to compete. You don't want Chloe Rowley with too much time on the ball.
Oh!
Maya Muller finds the target, and Lightning go to work. Sarah Hunter in there. This looking really good for the visitors. Jess Weaver wants to get her hands on it, but she might not need to. Maya Muller closing in. Lightning over. What a start for the visitors.
8. Yeah, it would have been a penalty.
It's always been a strength for Loughborough Lightning, their driving line out, the ability with that pack that they have, so much experience in Tallinn, Malcolm, Sarah Hunter and Kabea just driving the troops on. It's a really good start from Loughborough Lightning, but Quins will come together under the posts, recognise that they didn't exit well and gave that opportunity to Loughborough.
Perfectly executed. Muller, of course, filling the number 2 jersey, vacated by Lark Davies, who's gone to Bristol Bears. And she scored, well, I was going to say a hatful of tries, but it would be a pretty big hat at the back of that Loughborough Lightning maul. Now Helen Nelson to convert. This will take her over 40 points for the season. Not the easiest of conversions. And that one drifts wide. So, a couple of minutes in, Harlequins 0, Loughborough Lightning 5. Our commentary position, just trying to get my geography right. So it's the Charles Stanley stand, but it's the West stand, isn't it? Right. One of the main stands here at the Stoop. Pretty well packed out as well. Great crowd here. Lovely sunny conditions, but it's still warm coats and bobble hats. Bella McKenzie on kicking duty for Quins today, the Australian in her first season. And she picks out Sarah Hunter. Legs taped up, ready for the line out. Hunter, but she takes a good positive carry there. And Weaver looks to get Lightning moving inside their own 22. Good tackle by Chuima. Good contact on Fran Goldthrop. Expect some carrying from Goldthrop today. Played for England in the Rugby League World Cup. A Leeds Rhino when she's not a Loughborough Lightning.
Just lost forward.
Good pressure from Harlequins, good response from the try that's just happened.
Okay.
Interesting, Helen Nelson actually kicks the ball. One of the most big kickers in the league. To see them trying to run out of their own 22.
Really interesting how Harlequins are lining up here as well, because pretty much in the middle of the pitch they've got a bit more space on the right hand side, but nobody is stood on the short side.
Crouch!
Abby Dow just tapped in behind the scrum. Gives her an opportunity to pick which side she wants to go to.
So when it comes from Swords, Scott at first receiver. And it does go to Scott. Options both ways, takes it to the line. Chuima on the switch. And Quins into the 22. Swords picking out Conkle Roberts, the league's leading carrier this season so far. Jay Conkle Roberts. Galligan into the Lightning defender she goes. Positive carries here. Sims in that multicoloured head guard. She's difficult to miss now. Scott to the line again. Chuima, one more pass to McKenzie. Tries to get that piston-like handoff away, but Rachel Malcolm's level to it. Now Robinson. Good phase play this from Harlequins. Not necessarily getting gain line, but looking composed, leaning. Galligan wants another go. She tips it out. Kildun gets her first touch. It's a lovely balance run, but oh, she is crunched. That was a bone rattler as Sims goes again. Second carry for her in quick succession.
Play on, play on.
Oh, good clean out from Lightning, so Quins have to reset the platform through Mew. Conkle Roberts.
Tackle.
Good defensive discipline here from Lightning, no infringement so far.
Left regard, push, left right.
Quick ball this time though. McKenzie.
Oh,
lovely offload to Chuima. Could be some space. There were bodies out wide for Quins.
Advantage offside.
And that little fumble by Swords.
advantage.
means that Lightning stray offside, and now it's a free couple of phases for Quins to try and level the game.
Quins.
Swords, Gallagher,
Park it, please, park it.
route one.
Okay, don't push it into her body, thank you.
Just
No,
really good
offside, far side.
from Harlequins, just being really patient, getting good carries, good go forward, then putting pressure on Loughborough on the back foot. But interesting, Loughborough aren't really competing at the breakdown. They want to have numbers on their feet, because getting those double tackles in to try and slow Quins down.
A couple of big collisions there, weren't there? Crikey.
Take the line. I won't penalise you if they play it into you, but if you just get left to right.
But a good situation now for Quins.
Loughborough, just get on the line. Hooker, just step across, please.
We've
Step
had
across.
one hooker try
Thank you.
already, Maya Muller. And Amy Cockayne, 5 tries already this season. She'll already be thinking about number 6. That's good ball to Gallagher. Well, Cockayne might not even get there in time. It started so quickly, but now she does arrive.
Still moving here, ball's here.
The referee happy it's still moving. And still moving forward. Here come Harlequins. Looking to level after that early Muller try. Lightning bodies
Leave, Loughborough, leave it.
managed to take it to the floor. So the first wave defended for Loughborough Lightning. Conkle Roberts drives towards the line. Good latch, takes her to within a metre.
Advantage 7 offside.
Oh, Cabella's offside, so another penalty coming for Quins.
7 offside.
And you need to be careful here,
7
giving away
hands
those
and feet
penalties so close to the line. Referees get itchy fingers and reach for the pockets.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to set a good picture for the referee early on, especially in this territory.
7 offside.
But good composure from Harlequins.
Take the line,
Stuff the line out, just chose to drive really quickly, try and catch Loughborough off guard. Initially got a really good drive on, but Loughborough managing to disrupt.
Gallagher the target last time.
8:15.
This time, double top at the back. Lovely take.
8's on it.
Oh, but Sarah Hunter's pinched it.
First knock on.
Really tough one there to take right at the back. Caitlin Leaney literally came down from the line out with the ball facing Loughborough. And then it's a juggling ball, and Sarah Hunter's not going to take up that opportunity to not try and pounce on it.
It was a
really
good
good
take
first
at the
knock,
back, but as soon as you land facing the wrong way, you are in deep, deep trouble.
Especially as Loughborough didn't compete in the air there, so they're all set ready to try and stop the drive.
But now it's their turn to exit. We've got Jess Weaver
Bye!
at scrum half. Lucy Weaver on the bench. 6-2 split for Lightning today.
Set!
And I hope I see when they make the change, because if you see them front on and don't see the number on their back, it is very, very difficult to distinguish the two Weavers. Well, that scrum's not going anywhere, is it? Well, it is now. Oh, Lightning could have put themselves in trouble. They have. There's Swords up the blind side. Has she got it down? Agonisingly close. I don't know how Weaver stopped it. But Lightning, masters of their own downfall there, until Sarah Hunter has turned that ball over. But why, oh why, have they left it in that scrum?
Hold it. No. Stolen.
And now they need to exit. That's a good carry over the gain line from Wassell. And then Mackenzie makes a solid shot, in fact. The Lightning players stay down. Oh, there's a great charge down. Oh, panic stations for Lightning, not once but twice. But it remains Harlequins 0, Loughborough Lightning 5.
Okay. Let me just explain.
Such a good set piece, wasn't it? The scrum pushing Loughborough off their own ball, but Weaver does so well there to keep Emma Swords out. And then it's a loose ball on the floor. And Sarah Hunter again, she's not going to turn down that invite to try and steal the ball.
Conversation happening here.
Tackle against on a Loughborough player by Quins. Right. Okay.
Yeah, I think Bella Mackenzie is going to get called for this.
I think by 5. Yeah, it's going to be a penalty against you here. High tackle 5, I think. Okay.
I think it's the tackle by Mackenzie.
8. Okay, 8. I believe it's 8. High tackle 8. Okay.
Well, 8 plus
Got there in the
5.
end.
8 plus 5 is 13. Minus 1 is 12.
One of the Quins players. I'll go with that.
Yeah, it's your penalty, guys. High
But it's a big let-off, isn't it?
It's your penalty here. Yeah.
Keeping Loughborough under all that pressure. Great charge down by Rosie Gallagher. But now it's a big let-off with the penalty.
I think they'll be pleased with how that initial scrum went, Quins, because it was solid and solid and solid. But by the way Weaver was stood at the back waiting, it's almost like that was a ploy for Lightning to try and leave it in, which is a strange one.
Yeah, they often play with the 8 picking off the back and popping it to the 9 just to give them a bit more breathing space. But yeah, it was a really good shove from the front row.
So Jade Conkle-Roberts getting that ankle tater. I love getting to call games with current players because firstly that's about 300 quid's worth of tape that's going on there. But how do you get it off at the end of the game? There's so much goes on.
That's where you need a good teammate, especially shoulder strap-ins around the back. Got to go for the quick rip.
God. Well, she's hobbling back into place. Oh, do you know how she got on with her? She had her big exams, didn't she, for the fire service? And she passed those, did she?
I believe so, yeah.
Great news, great news. Well, you were talking earlier, weren't you, about players balancing proper careers with proper rugby, and she's a great example of that. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, and you've not already listened, then make sure you tune in to Rachel Burford's guest appearance on the Good Scaz and Rugby. As well as the serious stuff, sounded like you had quite a lot of fun with those guys as well.
Yeah, it's good to be in Elmer, Mo and Scaz's company, even though Mo was feeling a bit worse for wear.
Well, she was player of the match yesterday in Gloucester Hartbury's victory over Bristol Bears that kept them at the top of the league, but the Bears did run them close. Perhaps that'll be a turning point for them, because when they've played teams higher above the league, including Quins here, as Bella McKenzie steps away. This is her at her best, gets the handoff away. Oh, she can make such an impact on a game, Bella McKenzie. 10, 12 or 15. There's Gallagher, 5 metres short. Another penalty advantage coming. Cocaine, she's wrapped up by Wassell. Swords tries to get it going quickly. Caitlin Leaney driven forward by Conkle-Roberts. Oh, a try on her 100th appearance for Chloe Edwards. Some of the headlines write themselves.
Oh, that's quality for Chloe Edwards on her 100th appearance. Just doing the dog work and getting over on the try line. Incredible moment for her, but sums her up, just graphs and graphs until the rewards come.
3rd try of the season. But I think that one will be extra special. Still had work to do. Barreled through.
Yeah, she's such a power play. She's so difficult to stop close range out. But the work rate from the forwards, getting around the corner, knowing that the try line's moments away. But it all came from the variation off the line out, bringing it down, playing off the top. Little tip pass to McKenzie, who's so strong in the contact. Brushes off one and gets their team into such a good attacking position. Good to see Harlequins execute.
Well, it's been coming for Quins ever since conceding. They've been in the driver's seat. Here's Bella McKenzie. She could reach 50 points for the season today. And that kick takes her to 48. Harlequins 7, Loughborough Lightning 5.
Yeah, good response from Harlequins.
Yeah, lovely.
Bit of a slow start. Seem to have come into their own now. But this exit's really important now, knowing the pressure that they were under from the first kick-off.
So Chloe Edwards has just scored on her 100th. Cast my mind back to a few weeks ago, and Tova Vixton scored a very similar try on her last ever game against Saracens. It's of course, tries are something, not the be-all and end-all, but to cap off landmark appearances with nice moments like that. Very, very cool. Chloe Raleigh.
Always in her own half.
Oh, she's popped that one into no man's land, but Bella McKenzie gathers it up and beats the first defender, as she so often does. Sadia Kabea makes the tackle in the end.
Yeah, good counter.
Gallagher Pops that on to Edwards. Good to see forwards linking up, and good to see offloading as well.
Open play on nothing there. All
Well,
open
Lightning
play.
could have pinched that, but giving away a few penalties, and they're a little bit ginger in midfield at the moment. Lovely tip-ons. Katie Mew taking that off her back row partner, Conkle Roberts. Up the short side again. Scott out the back. Chuima, quick hands.
Mark it, please.
And Amory knocks that into the 22. Baloo Matatonga gets chased down and brought down.
Off now.
Lightning back in their own 22, needing a good exit. Weaver.
Clear daylight here.
Always like listening to calls as well. They've shouted tennis there. Goodness knows what that
No, it's
means.
not.
Or is set up to box kick out.
First time you find it, you can't play it there.
But they're not going to have to
Counter
exit
fine, then
because
you're
Quins
offside
have made it
afterwards.
easy for them.
5-4.
Yeah, just discipline in the breakdown. We said earlier at the start of the game that the breakdown's going to be really key to how these both teams want to play.
Here, Quins, just come here. Just here. Time off, I think it's 8. It's down here.
So Conkle Roberts down again. She's already had half of West London's tape applied to the ankle.
Yeah, she's a tough cookie, but you can see she's struggling a little bit. She's not the type of player that plays without being 100%, always putting her body on the line, big carries. It's almost sometimes like there's 3 of her on the pitch, the amount of carries and the work rate that she gets through.
Yeah, it sometimes feels as though she'll take the ball in and almost take the next carry as well. It's quite astonishing, her work rate. Chancellor is warming up though, and I think it will be Chancellor to replace her. We're in the number 23 jersey, so a 6-2 split for Quins today as well. And when I saw her in 23, I thought, oh, is she covering the centres? But that is a premature end to Jade Conkle Roberts this afternoon.
Yeah, let's hope it's nothing serious, not only for Harlequins but also for Scotland, with the Six Nations not too far away now.
We're good to go, yeah?
Chancellor, the latest Australian to wear the quarters.
Yeah. Good to go,
And
guys.
another one who seems to have had an immediate impact, a positive impact on the group.
Yeah, Chancellor, she's full of energy, a really mobile back rower.
Hunter, the line-out target. Now it's Lightning's turn to try and get through. That's a heavy carry.
Take him back. Loughborough, stop. Good.
Is that kick going to find touch? Yes, it is. Really good
Out the
touch
point.
finder.
Yeah, it's really well played by Helen Nelson.
We'll take
Went
the
to check
halfway, yeah?
open,
Take the halfway,
which
Loughborough.
just held some of the defenders open, which pulled Ella Amory just slightly out of position.
5.
Shaped as if she was going to kick to the right, and then managed to bring the boot round to the left.
Yeah, it's one of those wobblers as well, isn't it? You're not sure as the receiver, do I come towards it, do I back off it? And in the end, sowed enough doubt to find a really good touch. And Cockayne on halfway. Oh, pinched by Lightning as well. Christine Belial dives on the ball, and that's a decent turnover for Lightning. And now some field position for Rachel Malcolm
Tackle.
to carry
off.
up to
Good roll.
halfway. Nelson. Oh, Fran Goldthrop, is that forward? Yes.
See the ambition that Lightning want to play with, want to play out the back, have short runners to try and hold the defensive line. Just overrun that one.
There's another player down.
Yeah.
Was that Christine Belial?
Yeah, it looks like she's taken a bit of knock. That's just as she took that ball in from the line out.
Yeah, I think she got walloped, didn't she? There's a lot of heavy bodies doing a lot of things during the line, isn't it? A lot of moving parts, whether you've got lifters, whether you've got people getting ready to set the maul or run out to do some defending. And sometimes it can be a strange landing or a stray boot, something quite innocuous that can be very painful indeed. But a couple of injury stoppages in this first 16 minutes.
Clear daylight, both sets of boards.
If you're just joining us, welcome. Great to have your company. Great to have the company of Rachel Burford as well, club captain here at Harlequins. Lightning struck first. penalty in midfield that Quins gave away at the breakdown was kicked to the corner, and Maya Muller went over at the back of the maul. Since then, we spent a lot of time looking left. Loughborough Lightning have been in their own 22. Quins have had a few opportunities, but it was the Centurion, Edwards, who went over from short range. Mackenzie converted. Well, we were so excited about talking about Chloe in 100 that we didn't go through the Loughborough Lightning team at the start of the game. So let's take a look at it now. We've seen most of them get their hands on the ball already, but there are some serious players there. Of course, a big Scottish contingent, as there always is, but Malcolm captaining from the blinds. Had some real leaders there when you look at Malcolm and Hunter, and then Nelson in the back line as well. Chloe Rolly at full back. Scored some serious tries here in quarters, very often making the highlights reel. And then Sadia Cabella, Morwena Talling, and some young talent as well, the likes of Goldthrop in the middle, Rugby League and Rugby Union dual coder, and then Baloo Matatonga at 13 today. She's been playing a lot of rugby at full back as well. Let's talk about 6-2 benches then, Berth. I know sometimes it's done by necessity because you've got more forwards fit than backs fit, but on a day like today, both teams have gone 6-2. Both teams have got pretty dynamic back rowers available. So what's your take on the whole thing? Certainly as a back on the replacements bench, you need to be a bit more versatile, don't you?
Yeah, well, I think that's parcel of it. Backs now can really interchange between positions. Langi Tuima, you know, both centres she can play. She can also play in the full-back position. Same Emily Scott. So you kind of can gather some cover there. So I think, you know, that's part of the element. But games now are won on physicality, and the pack, the workload that they have to get through, it's astonishing at times. And I think that's probably why teams look at those 6-2 splits, what it can offer in the later stages of the game.
Well, Dadisha Harper, I was going to say she's getting the bib off, but she's keeping the bench coat on, and I'm not surprised, because even though it's gorgeous conditions here, it is still February and it is still pretty chilly. But by the looks of things, Bilal's not going to be playing any further part in this game, which is a real shame for her. She's been an integral part of this Lightning team. Very strong scrummager. Got a few strong scrummagers left for Lightning. Katie Trevarthen on the bench. She's not the biggest of loose-head props, but certainly punches above her weight, and I've no doubt that we'll see her play a part a little bit later on. Loughborough Lightning in one big group and waiting, and Quins have split into forwards and backs. Where do you think the most banter is, the forwards chat or the backs chat here?
Definitely the backs chat. Always. Forwards just talk about scrums and lineouts.
It's, again, getting to call games with players is absolutely fantastic, and done a few with Rocky Clark this year, and she loves scrums so much. And Sheila loved this as well. This was the first try of the game, couple of minutes in. Loughborough Lightning, first chance really. Quins had taken a couple of good carries, but one infringement in midfield can really put you under the cosh. It was a great touch finder, and then a well executed catch and drive.
Yeah, discipline will be key for both teams, because these are the weapons that they both have in their armoury. But it's a really strong start from Loughborough. Regardless where they are on the table, they've been improving week in, week out, finding their form, finding their strengths, and it was a really good start.
And this was when Quinn struck back on her 100th appearance. She has got a couple of tries this year, and that was a third, really important one. And now from death's door, great news, Christine Belisle is back on her feet, and she's going to pack down in the scrum.
Fair enough, that looked like she was in quite a bit of pain. Maybe it was just a stinger.
Yeah.
They often take a little bit of time to come off, to wear off from the pain. It's good to see her back on her feet and about to pack down.
Yeah, just put that back in, please.
And Mike Hudson recharging the batteries. Someone getting the message. We can still hear you, Mike. So we will restart with a set scrum. 16.5 minutes gone on the clock in the stadium. Ours is pretty accurate, but just a reminder that we're not entirely linked in with the referee's watch, so if it does get to 80 minutes and your team's 2 points ahead or 2 points behind, don't start celebrating too soon. Emma Swords, ball in hand.
Right, it's an HIA request anyway. For tight head. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, and after all that, it's an HIA.
Yeah. Rightly so, probably.
Probably the most important thing,
exactly.
yes.
Hawkeye's probably had a little look at, and the doctor feels that HIA is needed.
Yeah, cool. No worries.
And so it will be to Tisha Harper to come on. Doing a great job taking the bench coat off, and it was swinging around like Batman's cape for a second. But here she is, wearing number 18. First job for her, packed down in the scrum.
Okay.
Against Hannah Sims. Joined the club this year in January. Slotted straight in. Well, she's a try threat herself, isn't she? Scored a lot last season. There's a bit.
Fine.
Again, options here for Quins. Nobody stood on the short side, and it's Ellie Kildun. Oh, just jogging across now to give Scott the extra option. Scott takes that head height, skips one out. Langi Chuima, oh, bringing the pace in off the wing. This is quality from Harlequins. Oh, this is real quality from Harlequins. Abby Dow eventually gets brought down, and now Leaney looks to set the platform. Great position here for Quinn, searching for try number 2, and then the ball goes down and the chance disappears.
Stay here, stay here. Leave 3. Leave.
And Lightning clear. Oh, and they clear really well in the end, because Scott tiptoes that one into touch.
Oh yeah, she just needed a bit of communication around her, just to give her a bit of an idea where the line is. But this is all that you want to see. Abby Dow on the ball, line breaking. She's got such a strong friend. Straight to the face. And Chloe Riley just about brings her down.
Really lovely ball transfer there as well, wasn't it? Fend with the right, transfer the ball, Fend with the left. Great awareness. But now Baloo Matatonga fancies to go herself. Doesn't quite get through the tackle, but does get over the gain line and does win the penalty.
30 and square. Roll quicker, guys, if you get on that side.
Just frustrating for Harlequins. They get themselves into a really good position, and then an error and discipline's just allowed Loughborough back into their 22.
And once again, Lightning can kick their way into the Quins half. Well, since scoring, they've been under the cosh, but they're definitely in the arm wrestle here, Loughborough Lightning. 19 minutes gone. Here's Muller, the try scorer. Quickly off the top from Hunter, and they get going through Nelson. Matatonga. Oh, decent short ball around the corner. The Quins have pinched that one.
2 knock-ons, guys. First by Loughborough, second by 10, Quins. Quins ball.
They'll be kicking themselves a bit, Lightning, won't they? Because they're being adventurous, they're trying things, but maybe a phase too soon.
It's just a small error, isn't it, in the contact area. If you get hit well, you've got to try and look after the ball whilst managing your body to the ground to present back, and William Morris just loses her handling as she's going down. But yeah, both teams putting pressure on, but then letting the opposition off.
So you're talking about those big collisions then. When you're on the tackle bags in training, who are the ones at Quins who really put the shoulder in, who are really the heavy hitters defensively?
Katie Mew, number 6. She's such a dog in training. So aggressive. Everything's 110% with her.
Nice from Mackenzie. Pumps the pass. Couldn't quite get the offload away. Now Scott. Is there space on the left-hand side for Dow? Gets past the first defender and manages to beat the touchline as well. Nicely done by Dow on the left wing. Galligan charges forward, makes a metre after contact. Now Mackenzie at first receiver. Chuima. Oh, the kick pass. How good is it? It's really good. Edge to edge from Harlequins. They're into the 22 again.
Still is good, first man there. Leave it, Quins.
Oh, and then the turnover from
steal.
Lightning. Some of the individual
Quinn,
skill
stop.
on display in attack and defence is top draw.
All good. Played.
Mackenzie. Dow. She can have a go from deep. Now she gets tackled by Wassel, who led a slow but good flat line from Lightning. Scott. A lovely shimmy to change the play. And the burst as well. Emily Scott has options. They're queuing up for Harlequins. It's Ellie Kildun. It's a second score. And it's another beauty.
Oh, absolute quality from Emily Scott. You see there from the turnover, Harlequins out of shape. And just a little shimmy left and right, looking at where her options are, and it opens up in front of her, then links up with Chancellor and Ellie Kildun on the outside. Just there, you got the outside players from Loughborough chasing up, and the inside no pressure, and Scotch just invited into that space. And then the simple hands, and Ellie Kildun has got all the pace to finish that in the corner.
Like all the best ball carrying 10, Scott has got that peripheral vision to know the mismatches there, hasn't she? She's seen a front rower and a second rower and thought, you're not touching me here.
Yeah, it was really good from Scott. She looked up, looked left, saw that Emily Robertson was our only option on the left-hand side, which would have left her isolated. So steps back inside, finds a much better option, and manages to get her team into the half. And really good execution to finish that try off.
Quins extend the lead. And extended in style. Another try for Ellie Kildun. 7 for the season for her now. And she's another one. She's just got something a bit different, Ellie Kildun. I mean, that's a straightforward finish, but some of the stops and goes and goose steps she puts in are so eye-catching and so effective.
Yeah, when you're trying to chase her in training, it's not fun.
Well, it might be a little bit more doable now because she's down getting some attention to the left leg after that try. Ellie Kildun. Firstly though, Bella Mackenzie has got a kick 7 or 8 metres in from the touchline on the 22. It's close, not quite good enough. It is Quins 12, Lightning 5.
Darryl, find out how long
And
left.
Kildun looks fine to continue.
How long left?
Oh, that's a good score.
I just feel that Harlequins are finding their feet, attacking to one edge with Abby Dow, then crossfield kick from Langi Tuima, gets them on the front foot. They thrive off that kind of play and that confidence.
Lightning get us back underway. Good clean take, Leaney. She gets met but manages to present the ball. She's played a lot of rugby since arriving, Caitlin Leaney, isn't she? Been pretty much ever present in the engine room. Oh, Quins are going to want to run again here. Tuima. She takes it to the line and doesn't quite get the ball away, but still gets Quins out of the 22. Galligan puts a bit of footwork on herself. Takes a couple of Lightning defenders to bring her down.
Also behind, use it. Stay there, head guard. Behind.
Now Swords takes her time. Puts that one up into the sun. Good take by Nelson. And a decent chase as well, but they're struggling to bring her down. Good leg drive from Nelson. And some field position now for Harper. Oh, she's dropped that ball. Handling errors, real problem for Lightning.
Where's 8? Oh, who was 8 in the last 2 scrums?
Yeah, it was a good exit play, wasn't it? Harlequins initially thought they might have had a bit of an edge, recognising that forward was out in the backfield in Rachel Malcolm, but she did well to manage Langi Tuima. But then that kick battle, Emma Swords put it nice and high and then applying the pressure and forcing an error. Gives Harlequins an attacking scrum opportunity. Stacking Ellie Kildun out on the left-hand side.
Crouch! Bye! Set! Use it!
Another solid scrum. Scott. Mackenzie on the crash ball, just slows down into contact, but still wins the collision. Gallagher round the corner. Good tackle by Goldthrop. And the counter coming in as well. Can't disrupt the ball though. There's a bit of footwork from Cockayne, but she's met by Harper. Scott again, she looks so lively today. Lovely offload out of the back door, and Quinn's getting out to the edge. Chancellor's there, loitering on the wing. And another shrill blast of the whistle means another Lightning infringement. And those little penalties just started to mount up for Lightning, aren't they? They were very disciplined in their own 22 when they were defending it before Quinn's got the first try, but since the first toe offside, there have been a few silly ones. And the way this league has evolved, should I say, these midfield penalties can have a massive impact on the game overall.
Yeah, absolutely. It gives such a big territory gain for the opposition. And the set piece amongst all the teams in the league, they're solid, they're strong, and they have the ability to really punish teams.
Short numbers in the line out, so big numbers in midfield here for Harlequins. But first things first, they've got to win the ball, and they've not managed to do that. Oh, Lightning have knocked it on again.
Yes, twice that Emma Wassell's now got up and managed to disrupt the Harlequins line out. But on that occasion, she couldn't quite tap it back towards her team. But again, another solid platform from this scrum. Good battle there between Rosie Gallagher and Emma Wassell.
Nick, just come on, mate. Nick. Can Nick hear me? Can you hear me?
More injuries. Rosie Gallagher this time.
Again, maybe she just fell a bit awkwardly. Looks like a little finger might be out of position.
No, no. I won't be watching that. What I will be watching is the touchline here, where it looks like Christine Belial has passed her HIA. So great news for her, great news for Lightning. She'll be retaking the field shortly.
Nothing. I'm gonna have to change my. Yeah.
Oh, it's being taped up. Nothing you can't fix with some sellotape and a staple gun.
Exactly. We've evolved from the old magic spray, but yeah, but a tape can do wonders.
So Rosie Gallagher, one of the red roses who, well, I was going to say she missed the first few games, but she actually came back again quick, didn't she? She was back for the brilliant Harlequins win over Saracens here. She was back at club level 80 minutes before everybody else, due to not being one of the centrally contracted players. But it's been a bit stop-start this half now, isn't it, with the injury breaks? It's what, nearly 40 minutes since we kicked off, and
it just shows the level of intensity and physicality out there.
I can't wear that. But, it's not going to work.
so Belial back on the field. And that'll be a bit of a boost for Loughborough Lightning. Answered all the questions correctly. And Datisha Harper jogs back off. I'm sure she will play a part in the second half. All smiles for Sadia Kabeya as well. She's obviously enjoying it out there. And the delays continue because Mike Hudson's not happy with his equipment. Obviously they've not updated his firmware or something. I don't know. There he is. He's having a good season. Mike Hudson, as well as the Premier 15s. He's been refereeing in the Challenge Cup, as I mentioned. He got the nod for Quins versus the Barbarians as well.
Guys, last line out, throw it across. Okay.
And the game will get back underway eventually, I promise.
Simon, apologies, guys.
And it will get back underway with a Harlequins scrum. Well, they got away with a little bit because Lightning pinched the line out, then knocked the ball on. So another chance for a first phase attack. Scott with Amory on the inside shoulder, Mackenzie on the outside, then Chuima, Kildun, and Abby Dow, should I say, closest to us.
Stay close. Use it, 9!
On the left edge. So Mackenzie receives it, takes it to the line, and they just back off it. Now Scott.
Flat, play on.
Ball out to Dow. Steps one way, then the other. Oh, she does so well, Dow. Dow for the corner.
Release! Offside line clear. Stay!
And they're queuing up for a carry, and I'm not surprised either. So much confidence in the Quins ranks. Leaning is the latest to be stopped short. A little pause and another drive.
Now, guards, line!
Head down from Robinson. Great low tackle. Another pick, another go. Katie Mew.
Line.
Swords has got her hands on it this time. Is it going to go wider? Is Mackenzie going to crash over? Mackenzie is going to crash over. Try number 3 for Quins. Try number 5 for Mackenzie. And the lead extends further.
Great finish from Mackenzie in the end there. Huge overlap on the outside, so she had to get over that whitewash, which takes her over that 50 point this year. But brilliant work from the set piece initially with Abby Dow's try. But the great work from the forwards, pulled in all the defenders. Mackenzie with 3 backs holding on to her, but her power drives herself over the line.
She's quite an imposing figure, isn't she? I mean, she's in the 12 jersey that you often occupy, but she kind of came as a 10 or a 15. But when you see her out there, powerful runner, quite an imposing figure.
Yeah, she's a dynamic runner, really hard to bring down in the tackle. She's got good ball skills, so she can manipulate defenders, give herself a bit more time at the line. She's got great vision for the game, and she's settled so well into the side, whether she's in that 10 or 12 shirt.
3 tries for Quins. 17-5 the lead. The chance to take it up to 19. Bang in front of the sticks. Right on the 22. And it's chipped through. Quins 19, Lightning 5.
Yeah, it's a big turnaround. Lots of stoppages, but Harlequins keeping the momentum on their side.
There was such an overlap on the right-hand side. She had to score there, didn't she?
She did. That would have been a painful watch if she didn't get that.
The Lightning Lightning needs something to get them back into this game, because it's looking like it could turn into a long afternoon. But that is exactly it, as Emily Robinson a little bit butterfingered.
6.
Yeah, really unlike her, just that unlucky bounce of the ball.
For the first time we've looked right for a little while. Maya Muller. Quins throw a player up, but it's well gathered and straight into the maul as well.
Stay your feet on the ground. Stay your feet on the ground. Still moving.
And Lightning into the 22.
She's through the middle.
Weaver assumes the position.
She's through the middle. She's through the
Leaney
middle.
might have pinched this for Quins. Oh, that's brilliant from Caitlin Leaney.
Such good discipline there. We so often see infringements happening around the driving maul, but Sims and Leaney there just coming straight through the middle, being a real disruptor.
Yeah, if you come through the middle, you can just lie on the ball. Then when it goes to ground,
after all that hard work, they get rewarded with a scrum.
Yeah.
Got to pack down and work again.
Yeah, empty the lungs, fill them very quickly, and then empty them once more. Who'd be a type 5 forward, eh? So another chance goes begging for Lightning.
Crouch.
Chances have been few and far between.
Set. Hold. That's good. Use it, 9.
Now how will Quins exit?
They use Mackenzie first. Oh, she'll try and go straight through a gap, but
Stay.
Helen Nelson was there to close the door. Edwards.
One move, good.
Plenty of Lightning defenders around. Still in the 22, so this can go directly out.
Inside.
If Swords chooses
Use
that
it
that's the
now.
way.
Stay behind.
Well, no, instead, they're going to put a bit of width on it. Langi Chuima, Kildun, always backs herself around the outside, and that's why Amory drills that pass back inside. Wow, that wasn't very sympathetic, but Scott deals with it.
12 off it.
And then Mackenzie dives off her feet, and it's another Lightning penalty.
Yeah, you can see the reason why Harlequins want to play. Loughborough only had 3 defenders, really wide spacings.
12 off it.
But because the ball's in the air so long, they can just drift across. Mark Kelly Kildun and Ella Amory really well. It's just a bit of game management there. Closing out the end of this half.
Numbers, Loughborough numbers.
Scott just gets isolated, which makes Mackenzie desperate to get over the ball. This is a prime position now for Loughborough.
Searching for try number 2 to get him back into the game. First
6,
job
don't
done.
change
Malcolm
now.
gathers the ball. Katie Mew
Don't change, 6.
doing her best,
Get
but
out,
Maya
get out,
Muller
get out.
sitting pretty at the back.
on,
This is
6
so
yards.
good from Lightning.
Number. Clarkie, your number. Green head guard, collapsing.
There you talk about, we spoke moments ago about the discipline around the driving maul. It's just giving them an extra 5 metres to get that drive on again.
Take the line. Nothing silly here now. Collapsing. Nothing silly here, guys. Good setup.
And again, one more of those, and Quins could find themselves
Yeah,
down
referee's
to
orders.
14. Yes, another good line-up ball. Emma Wassell
Defender
takes
runs.
it, and they go to work. Watch Maya
there.
Muller.
Don't change.
Bodies
don't
breaking
change.
up for Quins. Lightning going towards the line with authority. Oh, they make that look good. And from being under the
5
cosh,
metre line there.
it is a second score for Maya Muller. And it's Harlequins 19, Lightning 10.
Considering the possession that Loughborough have had, every time they've had an opportunity in the 22, they've taken it. Such a strong driving maul, manages just to split off slightly, which means all the momentum with them. See their 3 Quins players rolling around the back, trying to stop the momentum, but at that point, it's too strong to be able to turn. And that's a good response from Loughborough coming into the end of the second half.
Well, an important kick here, because if you pinch these 2 points, then it's a 1-score game.
Nelson's got it in her range.
Still a couple of minutes to go, 3.5 minutes to go until the half-time whistle. Good contest, this. And a good strike of the ball. Doesn't bother the upright, so it's still a 2-score advantage for the hosts. Quins 19, Lightning 10.
Yeah, I think Harlequins would be frustrated with that, because that all came from them overplaying in their 22, which led to the penalty. Just a bit more of that game management, knowing that they're on top.
Just so you know, that clock is pretty much right now. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty much right. No. It's like 3 minutes. No, just saying it's correct. It's correct. It's right. It's right now. Yeah.
Does anyone know if the clock's right? Mackenzie restarts the game. Good take, good chase. And Jess Weaver finds the captain.
Tackle. Get away. Good.
Oh, good leg drive from Sarah Hunter.
Good clear.
Still so much determination in her carries.
Front left for stop sticks.
Nelson.
Good.
That's Mackenzie
Their own
deep.
half.
Has a little look. Matatonga, the tackler. In fact, it was both centres there on Mackenzie. Swords. Oh, lovely. Freeing the hands. Kildun finds Dow. Gets that handoff away again. Bo Westcombe Evans just about keeps pace.
Yeah, ball's lifted.
Katie Mew. Matatonga having to do a lot of
13,
work in
good work.
defence in midfield. Scott. Sims. Oh, what a hit on Sims.
Tackle!
Brilliant work, Morena Talling.
No, not held, not held. Sorry, my fault.
Sims backed up by Cocaine.
Play on, regathered.
Great management from Sims there on the floor. Double effort.
Little chip for Chancellor to chase. And then Amory has to make a good tackle. Well, this much better from Lightning, though. Making those meters after contact. Difficult players to stop on the ball. Oh, and then Cocaine just falling off the tackle. Chancellor over it, though. Bit more invention here from Lightning. Matatonga, short ball, great shot. Tuima on Kabea.
That was a great read by Tuima there.
Bo Westcombe Evans. Oh, Robinson's done so well. Emily Robinson.
Like any good seven, a little bit of space there, a sniff at the opportunity of the ball and pounces straight onto it. Gives the referee a clear eye, the fact that she went to lift that ball.
You've got to be brave to consistently do that as well, haven't you? Because as soon as you get your hands on that ball and as soon as the panic sets in for the opposition, they are going to bash you right up.
Yeah, you know that they're going to come in to try and clear you off that ball. Don't ever see a player backing out of those situations. But initially, good chop tackle from Abby Dow, which what allows double tackle actually with Mui, but that's what allows Robinson to get over the ball.
Amy Cocaine, Harlequins looking for the bonus point try before half time. Caitlin Leaney on it.
Yeah, you're legal. Tackle now off Loughborough. Just let it come. It's a ruck. It's a ruck. It's a tackle.
Hunter needs to move. Referee happy enough to keep going until Emma Wassell's offside.
No,
so now will we see some width here for the Quins?
Get advantage. 3 offside.
Belial, the latest to infringe.
Release.
Quins take it in field. Mackenzie wants, Mackenzie gets. Good dummy from her. But Lightning with their wits about them defensively. Now Scott to the line. Kildun crashes through. Still advantage for Harlequins. Mackenzie.
If you want it, 9 Quins.
Well, that's the 3rd penalty advantage of this phase. In the long shadows in this winter's afternoon. Edwards goes again. Oh, she manages to get the ball away too. Sims. A quick ruck here could do it for Quins. Mew goes. Robinson in behind her. Edwards again. Brave defending from Muller. Swords. Scott. Out of the back it goes. Dow. And somehow Lightning hold on. Swords again. Galligan.
Move.
Wrapped up by 2 Lightning defenders. Belial's one of them. Another advantage. That's 4 in this phase alone. Cocaine. Swords. Mew. To be fair to Lightning, this is brilliant defending, but how long can it last? Scott. Quins getting wrapped up, and eventually Mike Hudson calls that lung-busting defensive set to an end.
I wonder if he's going to have a talk with Loughborough as well. 4 infringements.
Long advantage, but then the next one's here, not rolling. So pretty much here or there. Captain?
Well, drop a pin in the map. It's anywhere in the 22, really, isn't it?
Yeah, you'd think that they'll go to the corner here. Work their driving line out.
And he says next one goes to the bin. What time was kick-off? It was past, wasn't it?
Okay, Loughborough, let's go.
Long first half.
55 minutes it's taken to get this far. This will be the last act of the half.
That's a big defensive effort that Loughborough have just gone through. So whether they can manage this storm now.
Well, this is a key moment, isn't it? Because 19-10, it's game on as Quins go short.
Tackle!
Training ground stuff doesn't quite come off, but Robinson can present the ball. Leaney, oh, another advantage, so that'll be Wassell in the bin regardless of what happens. And what has happened is Sims has got the bonus point.
Really smart play around the line out. Decided to go the front ball option to catch Loughborough off guard. Most teams are expecting all 7 in the line out to go for the drive, but just picks off the front, which shifts the momentum. And a great finish from Sims, getting over.
Well, let's take another look at it then. They tried to peel around the front, didn't they, and put Robinson in untouched. But again, credit to Lightning. They have tackled very well. And then Leaney.
And Sims just there, pinches the ball for a teammate and dives over the top.
Well, it was a penalty advantage, and I actually think that's kept Emma Wassell on the pitch.
Yeah, it's interesting when that happens, isn't it? The team scored, but the infringement still happened and the warning was given.
Bella McKenzie to take the score up to 26. She's just hooked that one. So the whistle goes for half-time. And after falling behind early on, Quins have already got a bonus point in the bag. It is 24-10. Rachel Burford, your thoughts on what we've seen?
It's been a thrilling first half. Both teams battling it out. Some really good link play with Loughborough Lightning, but just the accuracy have let them down. Errors creeping in. And at times, Quins have looked alive, looked electric, and really come alive in the last 15-20 minutes of that game, moving the ball around, taking opportunities. And they go in with a nice heavy lead from the first half.
Harlequins 24, Loughborough Lightning 10 here in the Allianz Premier 15s. Before we let you put the kettle on, let's have a look at the tries. This was the opener then. Maya Muller.
Right, let's try and sort the combo.
Looks pretty straightforward, but it's just something that they do very, very well in that part of the world.
Yeah, they've got world-class players in there, know exactly how to operate when they get into this zone. But all 8 working really well together. Harlequins really struggling to try and stop the shove. Really well connected, and then Muller just dives over just to the left where all the momentum is. Again, that was a real settler, wasn't it, for Loughborough Lightning? Right from the restart, started so well, so strong.
Well, where they are in the league, they need that, don't they? If you're going to compete against the teams above you, Bristol Bears have found it all season. They've had bad starts against the likes of Exeter Chiefs and Harlequins and teams above them, and then they disappear out of the game, whereas they started well yesterday and they were in the game for longer. They then became masters of their own downfall, didn't they? Because Quins were able to apply a little bit of pressure. You infringe against a team like Harlequins, and they're going to punish you.
Yeah, it's simple things, you know, take an extra step at the back foot, just putting yourself under pressure. But forwards work so hard week in, week out, and making sure they get their detail right around this area, not coming off their feet, being disciplined. And the great work right there from Chloe Edwards on her 100th appearance to get over. The job's not done there. She's got 2 players hanging off her.
As we say, some of the headlines write themselves, don't they? Fantastic moment for her, and a fantastic moment for Scotty. Just give us a word on how much you appreciate her in this club. She is huge to the attacking tempo, isn't she? Oh,
she is. You know, a little bit of magic there. Something out of absolutely nothing is what you can expect. You know, good management, recognise there's no support on the left-hand side, so looks at options left. Ball in 2 hands like any great player, which tricks the opposition, which then opens up a big hole. And her link play is excellent. Her vision and her execution to move the ball into the right areas. She's such a key asset.
Well, that was 12-5. And then came Bella McKenzie. Oh, my goodness me. 1, 2, 3, 4 players could have walked in, but she chose violence.
Yeah, she chose route 1. She wanted to be like the pack. But yeah, really good strength in the end. I'm sure she'll look back at that, or she'll probably have said after, I should have given that one. You see Scotty put her hands up, but really good strength and power to get over in the end. You know, players don't take those carries in unless they back themselves, and you know, she's got good form in breaking the line.
She added the extras, and then it was Muller's turn again. 2 tries for her. And that's just a little warning sign for Quins that this game isn't over, and if they make mistakes, then there will be trouble. That made it 19-10, and then just before half-time, after a series of infringements, Harlequins were over for try number 4 to secure the bonus point.
Yeah, it was a good try to finish the half. They'd been under the pressure, just conceded a try, and then to return it, being in the 22, applying pressure. You know, and I love the variation, keeping the opposition guessing. It might not have been the exact clear picture they were looking for, but it changes the picture for the opposition. And then a strong finish in the end.
Well, we were talking about how much of a try threat Sims is, and when you can add value from the front row in terms of 5-pointers, you're a real asset to a team. And that's where we are in the sunshine at half-time. Quins 24, Lightning 10. It's been a busy week in the Premier 15s, so let's take a look at some highlights from yesterday's game. Gloucester Hartpury, the league leaders, travelled to Bristol Bears. We are in Bear country. The Bristol Bears in desperate need of a victory. Gloucester Hartpury, the form team, undefeated. Taking a look at the team then, this is how Bristol Bears line up today. Couple of changes in the forward pack. Claire Malloy switches flanks as Meg Barwick packs down at 6. Lindsay O'Donnell comes in on loan, but it's still an all-star cast in the front 3. For Gloucester Hartpury, Sean Lynn shuffles the deck again since last week's win over Sale. Powell, Delgado, Tuipulotu, Beth and Jones all returning to the starting 15. And it is all eyes on number 10, Sophie Bridger. Played a lot there for Hartpury University in their Bucks triumph, but this is the first time she started there for this table-topping Gloucester Hartpury team. Again, options both ways. And they go to this right-hand side. Singh. Oh, fluid work from Singh. Twisting Bristol Bears defenders in knots. And she scores in this fixture just like she did in the first one of the season. Great try by Emma Singh. Gloucester Hartpury 5, Bristol Bears 0. Doing what it should. Mohan finds Hurd. Bridger's an option. Oh, inside and out. Great feet from Bridger. She finds Singh. One more pass could do it. Rachel Lunn round the outside. Try number 2. Full width used. Fantastic score. And Gloucester Hartpury extend the lead. Only knows one way, and that's forward. Simi Pammer. It's missed her out of the back, but it's a bouncing ball to Burns. Delgado can't get her hands on it. And a Snowsill puts some width on it. Lovey Bond off her wing. Courtney Keat takes it well. Lovely tackle by Singh. Planted the feet and made a good collision. Burn. Simi Pam hits the line. Simi Pam scores for Bristol Bears.
That's what they so desperately needed. They needed to utilise the possession and the territory that they had when they just started playing with that belief. Started with Snowsill, just really good quick reaction, taps that ball on. They stretch it wide. Grace, the young winger, backing herself. And it's got to be said, Keat to stay in from there. Again, she is a strong player to be able to just stay in. And then Simi Pan, having recovered from the massive Connie Powell hit earlier, comes away with another lovely line to get that score.
She's done so well with those carries. 1 or 2 sets of hands out, Sam Monaghan. Bridger, plenty of options outside her. Hurd's one of them. Oh, lovely pass. Emma Singh into the 22. Singh passes inside. Ellie Rugman, the league's top scorer, goes over again. And just before half-time, Gloucester Hartpury strikes straight back. Oh, could have perhaps gone there from Burns. Still on though for Bristol Bears. That's a decent ball and a good take. Good hands by Reid. A good feet by Reid. And a great score.
Rugby mum has gone and done it. She's got a great finish there. But how good, I don't think we speak about it enough actually. The Reid-Murray centre-field partnership is just fantastic. And they play off each other so well.
1 score behind. First job done. Now they go to work. Watch Davis. This is premium from Bristol Bears. In comes Murray. Heaving, working, closing in on the 3rd try. Davis so close. Davis over. Bristol Bears back in the game.
And this is the absolute confidence that we're seeing from this team. They get a penalty. You could argue maybe they should go for points, try and close close the gap. Oh no, they're going for the line out. They are going for the win. They are absolutely chasing this. Not only that, absolutely nailed it. Executed the line out really well. Were patient with it. Trusted the pack to get it done. And Lark Davies over the line, who scores so many of those for club, for country. Excellent to see. Just good confidence.
The confirmation that it is done. Mo Hunt's seen enough. Winning is everything, and champion teams find a way. It is brave and brilliant for Bristol Bears, but their losing run continues. Loughborough Lightning back out for the second half. Certainly looking like they're up to the challenge, but it is a challenge because they are trailing 24-10. Here at the Stoop, Emma Swords leading the team out for the second half. Any win for Harlequins, in fact any point for Harlequins, takes them back up to third in the league. But Saracens will have a game in hand. They're level on points going into this one, so Quins will be looking for a 5-point win. If you finish third or fourth in the league, you will have an away semi-final. And it's looking more and more like it's going to be Gloucester, Hartpury, Exeter, Quins and Saracens, but there are teams in 5th, 6th and 7th who certainly want to say in that.
Get a 10-second countdown.
And Loughborough Lightning, probably playoffs beyond them, but if they can pinch a win against one of these top teams, play their part in the league, and I'm sure they will be absolutely delighted. But now it is Bella McKenzie, ball in hand, getting the second half underway here at the Stoop. Oh, and that is a kick to contest as well, and a good one. It's been fumbled, it's back with Quins, and that is the ideal start to the second half. Edwards, first half try scorer.
Tackle, away Sue.
Scott jogs herself into position, always looks lively, short ball to Mew. She looks to punch a hole, and that's good quick ball. McKenzie looks inside, then out, and kill done. Abby Dow over there on the left wing. Chloe Rolly makes a good tackle, an important tackle as well. Gallagher, so often the first to put her hand up for a big carry, does exactly that.
Push it, good.
Sims scored just on the brink of half-time.
Tackle now, release, good. Well done. Play on, ball's lifted.
Oh, it's not a clean ball. And Robinson knocks it on.
Disappointing there. Really good restart to compete. Puts all the pressure on Loughborough. And just that error coming in. Just looks like Bella McKenzie might have taken a bit of a knock there. Just down in action at the moment.
Yeah, she's had some pretty hefty taping to the legs in her early Harlequins career, hasn't she? And it'll be interesting to see how the Australian players in this group now cope with the lengthened season, because they're excellent players, talented players, but that short season in Australia, this might be a bit of a shock to the system. Playing in the cold, playing week in, week out, training full time is going to take some getting used to.
The cold is definitely something that they complain about on a weekly basis. Some of them saw snow for the first time as well, but yeah, it's a longer season for them, but it's part of the reason why they've come to join the league. Knowing the length of week in, week out competitive matches sets them up really well for the national side as well.
Well, it's great to have them here. They're really talented players, and they're making a really big impact here at Harlequins, and their national programme is going to benefit massively from this, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, these aren't the only three players from Australia who are playing. You've got players playing in Exeter as well. But yeah, this gives them, you know, that extra level competitive series, semi-professional, playing against professional players, and we playing alongside them as well. It's going to give a level up to the national side for sure.
Lightning put in. They exited well a few times. They've won a penalty at scrum time there as well. Big celebrations for Sadia Kabea and co.
The referee just saying one's come down there, so Sims just lost her feet and then hinged. Big let off again for Loughborough. But considering how strong the scrum set piece has been from Harlequins, they'll be frustrated with that. But Nelson hasn't got them too far up the pitch, so still under a lot of pressure here.
Yeah, Maya Muller's darts have been pretty on it so far in the game, and they are there too. Little fumble from Hunter. She is one of the safest pair of hands there is. And that's a really good drive too. Muller brings in
tallying. Oh, she gets driven back though. You were talking about Katie Mew's defensive capabilities.
Yeah, she's an aggressive player. Always finishes her tackles on top.
Malcolm drives through Leaney. Quinn's up very quickly there indeed. Amy Cockayne tackling Wassell. And that is the result. As Chancellor over the ball.
Yeah, good double effort from her. Just made the double tackle with Mewey, back on her feet, assessing her options, what's around, then pounces over that ball. She's been busy since her introduction into the game early on, with that injury to Jade Conkle-Roberts.
Yeah, we'll wait. Time off. Yeah, time off. Okay.
Another injury. Oh, it's the finger of Sarah Hunter as we have a look at the replay.
It will be 5, guys. It'll be 5 when we go 6 when we resume.
Has been stop-start, hasn't it? 59 minutes it took to get that first 40. Literally 2 minutes on, 1 minute off.
Sarah Hunter looks a bit in discomfort there with her hand.
Sure you're right. 6.
Shakes it off though.
Yeah.
Tells the referee she's all right.
Time on.
She's a tough player, that one.
Certainly is. But a great opportunity now for Quinns to get try number 5. Cockayne in there at the back, tacks it under the right hand. Lightning got a few players on the right side, but then they're called out, and that's often bad news for the defending team.
She's fine. She's
Cockayne working hard.
Fully bound.
Cockayne needs to be careful here though. She's getting sucked in by Lightning defenders. Needs to present that ball, otherwise it's coming back Lightning's way. Still with Cockayne, but Hunter's wrapped on it. This'll be... Well, Lightning have managed to turn it over.
Leave it.
It's gone to ground, and those experienced Lightning campaigners have done absolutely brilliantly. But what about that shot from Edwards? She's not going to let him get out quickly. Rachel Malcolm presents it.
Arrive up, Loughborough! You're clear, that's a clear. Leave it.
Swords.
Tackle.
Oh, melts Weaver. They're having a good little battle, those two 9s today. Oh, and another monster shot. Bone rattler from Edwards. Wow.
Offside.
Oh, and Quinns have managed to concede the penalty.
Just as I was going to say, great discipline from Harlequins, making sure they're on the back foot. Loughborough weren't going anywhere, picking left, picking right, under all sorts of pressure.
Guys, just give half a yard more, please.
Loughborough still in a high pressure position from here. Nelson will look to get a little bit more length on here. But great work from the driving line out. Sarah Hunter getting over the top, disrupting. And Wassell as well, pulling Amy Cockayne into her and wraps her up. And then it's fair gain as the ball goes down.
Quinns 9. Amy.
Well, there's going to be a change here for Quinns. Emma Swords coming off. Lucy Packer coming on. What a player to be able to bring off the bench.
Yeah, you'd expect to see Lucy inject some tempo, put some pace onto the ball. She's a great sniper around the breakdown as well, so Loughborough going to have to keep their eyes on her.
Oh, that's loose ball, and Edwards comes away with it. Now Cockayne, little step off the right foot, and Nelson called into defensive action. Mew driven forward by Chancellor, who loses her footing. Now Galligan, Quinns pouring round the corner. Huge chance here. Lucy Packer, Bella McKenzie, Scott now puts some width on it. The bouncing ball out there to Amory, who's bundled into touch.
Oh, that's such a shame. Emily Scott normally has a bullet of a pass, but just doesn't quite catch the ball correctly. Then forces the ball out there. Just has to regather, but it's the right option. And Morris William Morris as well as Rowley just wraps up Amory.
So they're going to need a good exit here.
Loughborough Lightning, oh, it's another loose line out. And it's bounced back Maya Muller's way.
Hold. Clear daylight.
Belial.
Guards, clear daylight. Good.
A lot of carries coming in here from Lightning, and Galligan, oh, stops Hunter in her tracks, but again, meters after contact. She is one of the very, very best at that. Cocaine wrestles Cabella to the ground. Lightning perhaps playing a bit too much rugby in their own 22 here. No one willing to put the boots on it and just get it clear.
Don't push it in.
And eventually, they do find touch.
And that interesting, you know, they've done 4 or 5 phases just to put it back to Helen Nelson. Just the load on the forwards. If you want to exit early.
Same as in the first half. I'm not going to penalise them if I think someone to push. Cool, that's all right.
Now Cocaine just outside the 22. Packer, lovely smooth delivery to Mackenzie. Scott, second receiver. Chuima throws that dummy that she likes to so much when she darts in.
Italian's been putting in some big shots today. Massive hit there on Tuima.
Now Kildun tries to skip round the outside. She's so evasive. Third tackler eventually brings her down. Packer, hands on the ball. Katie Mew.
Tackle away, 7.
This is lung busting stuff for Lightning. Quins might not be bursting through the gain line, but they're sapping the energy of the Lightning defenders. Emma Wassell, the latest. Mackenzie. Good handoff from Mackenzie. Wants to get the offload away. Scott's there. Amory. And Robinson outside her. Quins camped in the 22. Leany.
Off 8 now.
You just need to be patient now.
Oh, Galligan. I think that's a high tackle. There's advantage coming. Short ball to Chancellor. She's energetic. Belial tackles her.
Hold it. 4, come here, please.
And I think Wassell might be going to the bin. Yes, she is. 10 minutes of the second half gone. The next 10 minutes of the game.
Tackle.
Lightning will be down to 14.
Check, she's okay. Are you happy? She's all right. Just asking you.
I think just as Rosie Galligan caught the ball, she just dropped her body height. But Wassell was always upright, always going to run the risk of making a high shot.
Change the times on that, please.
Okay, what we do, guys, when we go. Get to the corner, we go. Just wait a second.
And another delay in play whilst we go through the injuries.
I think they just want to check if Rosie Galligan needs a HIA.
Rachel. Not sure if it's director in this one. I can hear, mate. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, boys, yeah.
It's been a strong start from Harlequins, coming out of the blocks really well, keeping all the pressure.
Right.
Loughborough haven't been outside of their own half yet. As you can see, Harlequins are lining up ready for the kick to corner.
Okay, Loughborough. Hi. On the 5, yeah. 5. Take the 5 metre line. Thank you.
Big moment here with the driving line out with a player down in the bin as well.
Amy Cocaine finds the jumper. Good clean line out ball. Oh, it's so easy. It's so simple. Chancellor gets mobbed by the teammates. Special moment for her. And Quins disappearing out of sight.
Oh, absolute delight for her. Getting on the scoreboard. Lovely interplay in the line out. Just said there about Wassell being off the pitch, so making the pack slightly vulnerable for Loughborough. But great lift right at the top. Lovely little transfer. When you've got a forward versus a 9, there's only ever going to be one winner. And great leg drive from Chancellor through the middle.
What a lovely response from the teammates as well. It's so good to see Players being welcomed from around the world, but also sometimes coming into these environments can be a little bit intimidating. It's good to know that these players can settle in straight away.
Yeah, she's a quality player. She really thrived at the Rugby World Cup, was one of the key players for the Wallaroos. She's come in and she's fit in seamlessly. You know, her rugby does all of her talking, talk about being mobile, dynamic in the contact, and we just had a display of it there.
29-10, starting to look comfortable for the home team now. They will end the day in third place in the league. And look, you said yourself, you weren't there for a lot of the pre-season. There were a few changes, new faces, new coaches, knew how strong Gloucester Hartpury were going to be with all of their signings, knew how strong Exeter were going to be after last year. And then there was that disappointing win first game of the season. How pleased have you been with the response since that?
Oh, it's been huge. I think, you know, we're getting better week in, week out. We're learning lessons and we're seeing those improvements, and that's all you can ask for from week to week. Making sure you're working on those and building on those big blocks that you want to put in place.
It is at the moment. I'm just going to find out and then we're just going to play on. Okay?
Is the referee still not happy with his microphone? Because we can hear him crystal clear. It's lovely to hear Mike Hudson.
I think they're just checking in on Weaver there, whether she took a knock to the head, but seems all okay.
So Nelson restarts the game, leaning, another confident carry. Oh, but she is met well. Those lock forwards, attack and defence, they just love the collision zone.
Use it!
And now
push,
Packer
push, head push. Thank you. Use it!
Drops the foot on it and sends it skywards. One for Dow to chase. Well taken in the sun though. Such a lovely evening here. Chloe Rolly. She's not really had the chance to stretch the legs today, Chloe Rolly, has she? You know as well as anyone how dangerous she can be. Scored some fabulous tries as a Harlequin. Mackenzie makes the tackle on the replacement, wearing 22 for Lightning. Oh, and that's another knock on. It's a bit too scrappy, isn't it?
Harlequins been really pleased with that defensive set. Managed to score a try, gather the ball from the restart, and then manage themselves out of there. Just really good spacings, good line speed, good go forward. Just forces the error, and Chloe Rowley can't take control of the bobbling ball coming towards her.
So Quinn's making the change. Sarah Bonner coming on. There's been a change for Lightning as well. It's Daisy Hibbert-Jones coming on in the back row, wearing number 22, the former Sale Shark. Rosie Gallagher, another lung-busting 55 minutes from her. Sarah Bonner's another one. She's had an excellent season for you, hasn't she?
She has. We've got a little motto at the club: be more like Bonner. Her lovely little crossfield kicks, taking opportunities and taking chances. The brand of Quinn's Way. I have to mention also her ranks in the RAF alongside Amy Cocaine and Caris William Morris out there today, representing the services.
Early push. Free kick.
Which game was it? Was it the first game of the season where you lost against Worcester, where she put it 50 metres up the touchline and chased her own kick, or was it the Saracens win?
That was against Bristol.
Bristol, that's right, Bristol.
Over Christmas, chip and chase.
Superb. Galloping up the touchline, wasn't she?
I mean, what an asset.
Yeah.
Got Rosie Gallagher starting, Sarah Bonner to come on. Got other players, Eddie Boatman, Heather Cow, who's out in Australia with an ex-physio of ours, live here with us. So there's still plenty of talent to come back into the side, but to have such a strong bench as well, to come on and lift that tempo.
What are you doing?
And of course, Lenick to come on as well. Nobody in a rush out there, are they?
I think they're just trying to coach the winger to flank in this scrum, just to give them a bit more weight on the scrum with Emma Wassell in the bin.
Yeah, a little bit more ballast.
Love to see Quinns pull the ball wide here, knowing that they're only going to have one in the backfield.
Yeah, there's nobody on the edge, is there? On the left edge. So Scott to Mackenzie, straight across to Kildun, tries to get around the outside. Brilliant tackle on Kildun.
Release first,
Oh, Kildun releases it and picks it up. Good game awareness from her. Now Chancellor out there on the edge. Ella Amory in behind her. Great drive from Chancellor. Leaney gets clattered. Good, clean, quick ruck ball though. Mackenzie in midfield. Pump pass out of the back to Kildun. She drops it on the toe, and Lightning can come away with it. Maybe a counter-attack themselves. A lovely darting run. Oh my! Katie Mew nearly smashed a hole in the chest. And then the skewed kick goes into touch. And she cannot believe it, Karis Williams-Morris.
Yeah, she knows that she sliced that ball. Not probably her best kick, but you can see what she's trying to do. Isolate Amory.
Another change then for Lightning. On comes Kath O'Donnell.
Well, we just talked about the Harlequins. Interchange there, bringing off great talent and then replacing it with even more talent as well.
Bonner rips that one off the top. Mew in midfield. Again, the contact's so massive, but that's Kath O'Donnell straight into defence. Chuima putting the width on it. Dow. She wants to put boot to ball this time. Where's this going to bounce? Awkwardly, back with Quins. Trying to keep the ball alive, but it's gone backwards.
Leave it, Quins!
God, Ellie Kildun. No such thing as a lost cause with her, is there?
Looks like she might have taken a bit of a knock, trying to give that offload away.
14 side entry, time off for this player.
But we often talk about kicks not being the right option, but it's all about the chase, applying the pressure. Hopefully that's nothing too serious for Ellie Kildun there. Looks like she fell awkwardly.
Yeah, I think she got landed on the left leg just as she was trying to open things up there for Quins. Always trying to keep the ball alive. Sometimes those loose bouncing balls, when everyone's chasing back, you throw a speculator and it works out perfectly.
Yeah, you saw that she had Ella Amory on her right hand shoulder and was probably calling for it, because if that did go to hand, she would have been under the sticks. Just hope this might be a bit of a wind, just as she fell awkwardly onto her ribs.
Yes, with so many of these explosive backs, present company included, you pick up an injury, it keeps you out for a little while, and she's been a little bit unlucky with those, Ellie Kildun. It's good to see her get a good run of form and a good run of games, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the right option though would be to make sure that she's all right and to pull her off if need be.
And with that, Mew's going to come off. That is Corson replacing it.
She's putting a big shift today. Always carries so hard. Big contact collisions.
Nick, all change is good now. All change is done.
And Beth Blacklock coming on as well. She'll add a calming presence to the midfield.
You can probably see a bit of a shuffle in the back line. Mackenzie will likely go to 10 with Emily Scott moving to fullback.
So Corson, another big scout, not just to have in the Quins jersey, but to have in the league as well. She's some player.
Yeah, she's a big player. You know, not that long ago retired from international French duties, where she was an absolute menace on the pitch. But again, another really dynamic player. Good handling ability, good vision.
And it's just got a little bit scrappy now, hasn't it?
It was after the lineup play, so.
Loughborough Lightning still down to 14. That Wassel yellow card.
Crouch! 5! Set! All the way!
Scrum's going backwards, but Hunter does well to gather the ball. Oh, risky play for Matatonga, but she does really well around the outside. And now she releases the gas. Lightning up over halfway. Williams-Morris inside to Chloe Rollie. Rollie rolls past down and into the 22. First time we've seen Lightning cut loose. And that was lovely to watch. Nelson. Hunter gets the offload away. Cabella! What a score for Loughborough Lightning!
Fair play, that's a quality try, end-to-end stuff. All comes from the good platform, from the scrums. Sarah Hunter getting them on the front foot and then taking the chance, taking the risk to play out of their own 22. And Sadia Kabir is such a powerful runner, just brushes Emily Scott off. But great interlinking play. William Morris to Rollie, quick ball to Sarah Hunter, line break through the middle, and their flooding of support play is what gets them over.
Great to see Sarah Hunter hitting the line. We talked about that all-star cast and that spine of those England players at lock at number 8. As that is driven through the middle. There we go, Lightning still in touch. 20 minutes to go. Quins 29, Lightning 17. Oh, and that's a highlights reel try if ever there was one.
Absolutely. Harlequins just got a little bit tight because of that big carry from Sarah Hunter. Pulls in Mackenzie. And then all of a sudden, Langi Tuima's got to make a big read. Matatoanga just gets on the outside of her, just does enough. And there's the flood support that gets them over in the end.
Yeah, Matatonga, very talented. Good to see her at 13. Good to see her get to stretch the legs. She spent a lot of time defending at 15 for Lightning when they've not been getting a lot of ball early season. And there's a confident Sarah Hunter carrying that one positively again.
Yeah, it was a good carry, wasn't it? And her body position meant that Cocaine and Chancellor are on the wrong side of the ball. And like all smart players, just pushing the ball into them, making the ref aware that they're on the wrong side.
And a good touch finder. Tell you what, if Lightning get the next score, this could be a very interesting last 10-15 minutes.
I've always found this against Loughborough when we played them away. Oh.
Has that gone forward?
Yeah, you got it. Just a knock on, so play on, yeah? Hold. Play on.
Well, I think Quins have got away with one there. I think that might have come forward off a Quins hand first, but now they're putting width on it through Scott. Dow.
Play on,
oh,
play
she's
on,
quick. She'll take some tackling from here. And that's a good chase back. Lauren Bolger managing to get a handful of jersey and strip the ball as well.
Quins now off.
You can't underestimate the size of Chloe Rollie. She has got so much strength.
Oh, now the gap opens up. Sims overcommitted and Lightning away again. Oh, Bonner's pinched it though. What did you say? Be more Bonner. Now Robinson. Oh, Belial comes in and clatters her, but Robinson's won that collision. Sensational from the back rower. Blacklock. She gets met.
Good turnover, play on.
Oh, and then well turned over. Loughborough Lightning have got a second wind here. And this ball ping-ponging around the hands at the moment. It's with the team from the East Midlands. 63 minutes on the clock. Matatonga to the line she goes. One more from Kabaya. But then the touchline wins the battle.
You definitely feel that Loughborough Lightning are trying to raise the tempo, keeping the ball alive, moving the ball left to right. Harlequins just getting pulled out of position slightly defensively, which is giving them the half breaks. The swing of the momentum from the bench players that have come on. Just there, the simple hands there. Just from Sadia Kabir, she knows that she's got the ability to move the ball to the winger's hands, but just under a bit of pressure forces the ball to the ground.
Katie Trevarthen once again gets some game time here. She's really important for Lightning. She coaches the Women's National League team again as well. She's reached landmark performances too. Good scrummager who punches above her weight, but Christine Belial was in the wars once more, but she's still on the pitch.
Stay inside, you're good. Stay inside, you're good.
This good crude work from Lightning though. Sorry, from Quins, should I say.
Left arm out, now out, left arm out. That's down by Quins, I think. Yeah. No, play on.
Quins still
Stay
going.
ball.
They've made 20 metres on this maul.
Yeah.
Trevarthen
Who?
at the back there, then called out.
Change your mind.
Oh, now penalty advantage as well. This is superb work from the Quins pack. My goodness.
It's an advantage.
On the front foot, Mackenzie, Chuima, just fumbles that ball. And even a bit of footballing from Scott. Can't keep that one in the Quins' hands.
Yeah, that was a really good drive, wasn't it? Good 12 metres up the pitch. Loughborough couldn't disrupt at all. Good communication from the touchline for the infringement. Just Tuima, just juggling the ball slightly. If she caught that cleanly, Scott probably would have been away, creating some havoc in the 22. But again, they'll get another opportunity with their driving maul. Interesting what they do here. Do they change it up, or do they stick to what just worked really well for them then?
15 minutes to go. I do think if Quins do manage to pick up another score here, it might be the final nail in the coffin.
Right, give numbers otherwise I'll just slow the whole thing down. 5 or 6? 5.
You can see the Lightning players in the ear of the referee here as well. I think they realise that they are still in the arm wrestle, and this period of play is absolutely huge. It is a 2-score game. If you can stay in the game, then you've got a chance. And given the way they attacked from the 22 last time, I think putting it the scrum here, they might be thinking about the next wave of attack, the next piece of brilliance.
Yeah, it's challenging, isn't it? If you go to the middle, Wassell's back on where she's been disruptive. Have got good gains going from the back of them all. They just couldn't quite reach, couldn't quite take it.
But again, it's stopping, it's starting. The chat's happening there with the referees. I wonder if they want to run out with tea and cake and just...
I mean, considering the narrative around the world is to speed the game up, make sure less stoppages.
An hour and 3/4 since this game kicked off.
Crouch! Bind!
Still no sign of Lucy Weaver. It's Jess Weaver out there at 9 for Lightning.
Use it, 9! Use
Again,
it!
the scrum's been a great battle. That's not going anywhere. At the blind side they go.
Tackle.
Weaver gets run down a cul-de-sac.
Quins guards.
That's O'Donnell.
Stay. Upper stop.
Good low driven kick. Oh, better from Scott this time. Oh, she's put her toe in. Oh, it looked for a second like she'd slammed the anchors on and done brilliantly.
Put them halfway. Quins, take the halfway line, please. Quins,
That was a great boot, wasn't it, from Nelson? Just gave it everything. Get her team right down the pitch, get her out of this danger zone.
Play it.
Much better exit from them.
Here they go on the first phase then. Matatonga.
Tackle!
Mackenzie was flirting with the seatbelt tackle there. Lucky not to get pinged. Now Rolly. Oh, how she got through there, wriggling through Chloe Rolly. And then a good clear out from Lauren Bolger. Nelson. No way through Robinson.
Oh, she should have tipped that to Kath O'Donnell. She was through.
Matatonga. Inside baller. Just left it behind.
Lead it,
Loughborough Lightning.
Play the knock on, just trapped under there.
And then Baloo Matatonga knocks the ball on. And Lightning lose momentum again.
Otherwise, control let you have it.
Yeah, it was a lovely little dart from Chloe Rowley. It's talk about her being like a ping pong ball, always pinging off players. Managed to find a little gap to get through.
Yeah, it's the hub for the Scottish players in the league now, Loughborough Lightning, but the acquisition of a player like Chloe Rowley, she's a real difference maker.
Yeah, she's a pocket rocket. Like I said earlier, don't underestimate her size. She's powerful. She's got pace to burn and magical footwork.
Crouch!
4-2 split here then for Harlequins. You've got Mackenzie at first receiver to the left of the scrum, Scott at first receiver to the right.
Okay, can we get the gaps? Start.
But that is absolute nonsense from me, because it's...
Gap's too big, let me know early, please.
Oh no, I thought Weaver had pinched the ball off, and no, it's definitely a Packer put in.
If I think it's one or the other, it'll be a free kick, guys. Crouch! Bind! Set! Better.
In it comes from Packer.
And use
another solid scrum. Oh, spat out the back from Blacklock to Mackenzie, releasing the gas on the left-hand side. Another kick deep into the 22, an awkward bounce and really well gathered.
Release.
Helen Nelson chases back. Hunter. God, they're putting her under a lot of pressure. And they're neither playing nor clearing here, Lightning, are they? They found themselves trapped a couple of times. That's 3 carries.
God, stay good!
For no momentum. And here comes the kick, deep in the in-goal area. Again, Nelson finds a good touch. She has looked composed at 10, but Quinn's going quickly. Scott wants, Scott gets. Some dancing footwork from Scott.
Whoa. Tackle now, 17 off!
Trevathan called off. Oh, and another knock on into the last 10 minutes, and the game just losing momentum.
I bet Emily Scott just contesting there that she didn't clear release before going for the ball, which helped to disrupt it. You see Quins want to bring in that tempo as well, playing the quick line out. It's opportunity in that backfield from that kick.
Let's go, 9.
Potentially a little corner kick from Emily Scott there. Could have got Ella Amory onto it. But Loughborough just breathe again. Just edging their way up the pitch.
Again, they've got nowhere on the short side. The last scrum, they actually went up the short side, didn't they? And Weaver backed herself into a corner.
It's a little start arguing between us. Amy, that's it. Let's go again. Outside.
30 seconds to set the scrum. Let's go.
Crouch! Bind! Set! Use it, use it!
And eventually we get the ball out, and it's a loose one, but well recovered. Lauren Bolger wins the penalty.
23, high tackle.
And Nelson wants to get on with it now. I don't blame her either. These girls want to play some rugby, and that's what Nelson does. Lightning up to halfway.
This is when Loughborough is so dangerous.
20 away, 20 get moved. 20 move.
So converted try, in fact an unconverted try, will get them into losing bonus point territory and also try bonus point territory. But they're not going to do it with Quins on the prowl.
Sims got over that ball yet again in this game. She's definitely been putting a shift in.
Bit of needle there as well.
Amy.
Tell you what we've got to do, Rachel Burford, once you finish laughing at Amy Cockayne making friends with the referee, as per, is talk about player of the match.
I think there's been quite a few standout performances today. Thanks for landing that on me right now without telling me earlier.
Oh, we'll have a conversation. We'll come to a conclusion. We got a few minutes yet. And there's not an official award. No one's getting a medal or a trophy. It's a pat on the back. And I tell you what, Lightning, masters of their own downfall, and they've cost themselves 10 metres. Their side entry, then a question, and after the referee's already told you he doesn't want to hear from you, that's a big mistake.
Well, exactly. He's just given that message to Harlequins, so he can't not give the same treatment to Loughborough Lightning.
Posts, all right. Perhaps a sensible call, because that does make it a 3-score game if she's successful. Takes it up to 32-17.
I think she just overran it and then cleared up from the side.
So yeah, it was Trevathan, wasn't it? In at the side. Don't think there's any question as Sims was there again, looking for another of those jackals, just as she got a couple of moments before. And what this does as well, like, just allows Quins to see the game out, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they've been in this territory for the last 15 minutes, not really been able to puncture and go through. So it just gives everybody a bit of a breather. I think Bella Mackenzie's had a great game, been really good. Carry, go forward. Defensive reads have been good.
To add 3, to take Quins over 30, to make it a 3-score game. Very kickable penalty here for Bella Mackenzie. Strikes it goalwards, up go the flags, and that should be game over.
Yeah, it just extends that lead, gives everybody a breather, a reset moment.
As those points went over, let's have a look at these, or let's have a talk about the fans here. I noticed all the flags go up waving. Second half hasn't really caught fire, but it's been a lovely atmosphere here this afternoon at the Stoop. And given that you've been with this club for a long time, you've seen the evolution, the transition to playing all of the home games here now. This must look and feel pretty good for you as club captain.
Yeah, it's awesome to see the amount of crowds that are coming out, you know, particularly when you play on a Sunday. A lot of grassroots clubs are out playing their own rugby, so we're missing an audience there, but to see the growth of the game and to see regulars coming back week in, week out, it means so much to the players, and that's why you'll see them take time at the end to talk and interact and to sign things.
And when you see great tries like we've seen today, when you get the chance to meet all of the international players, of course the Red Rose is going so well, but we've got players from all over the world, USA, Canada, talked about the Australians quite a lot as well, of course the home nations, Wales and Scotland. This is the place to be and the league to be in, as Quins maybe looking to give the supporters something to celebrate just before the end of the game. Mackenzie, another carry. One thing Loughborough haven't done is give up in defence. Even though they've been chasing the game for so long, they've made some crunching hits. Now there's Blacklock and Chuima. Lovely goose step. Scott. It's not a clean pass, but she takes it well. Been a few changes for Lightning. England age group second row, Lily Ives Campion coming on. Lucy Weaver coming on for her sister. Couple of minutes to go. Scott. Out of the back to Blacklock. Well, I'm not sure what she's done there, but that's not what was supposed to happen.
Play the 9.
And a couple of minutes to go, and perhaps a last chance for Lightning to get that try bonus, get that losing bonus. And if they do, that just shows how important it is to stay in the fight, even when the result's probably gone.
Yeah, there's always worth chasing the end of the game, get your rewards, but also how did Harlequins close this game out?
Yeah.
Got some big games coming up, need to managing their way through. What a carry from Sadia Kabea there.
Well, maybe there is a try number 4. No, not this time though. The ball's gone forwards again.
Quins advantage. We'll see what happens. Leave it.
Advantage to Quins.
Just been their own worst enemy, haven't they? Got themselves some good momentum.
Here's down, one player to beat, carves inside, and it's a good cover tackle in the end. Chloe Rowley reads it well, but Quinn's on the front foot as we tick towards 79 minutes. Is that Cocaine putting it on the toe? Yeah, why not, eh?
Putting it on the toe for 2 second rowers, love it. She hangs around with Bonner a lot, so that's probably where that's come from. She's not liking the fact that Bonner's getting all the attention.
Well, before full time then, Chloe Edwards is still out there. We're in number 3. A lung-busting 80 minutes and a try on your 100th appearance.
Quinn, stay down.
Yeah, she's had a huge shift, some big moments, turnovers, clearing up the mess at times. And she's kept going constantly, and there she is again, clearing up the mess, still getting the offload away.
Yeah, and Robinson nearly got DDT'd by Heather Nelson there.
Bondage over.
Packer, Chancellor, 1 try for her, could it be 2? Kath O'Donnell stops her in her tracks. Cocaine,
Loughborough
eyes campy and slows her down.
No.
There is Robinson, driven on by Bonner.
Tackle!
Great power from the 2 tight forwards. Sims. Edwards latches to her. No, offside advantage. So as the time is up, Quins will have one more go at it. Even if they don't manage to score 5 points this time, there will be a penalty. Bonner.
Release, tacklers, release.
Corson over the line, can't ground it. Well held up. Oh, she has got it down. The faintest of touches over the line. Corson scores for Quins. Try number 6. The flags wave. It's a big scoreline in the end. And the former French international adds her name to the list of try scorers today.
Yeah, big moment for her, just showing her fight, wrestling that ball to the ground with multiple Loughborough Lightning hands all around the ball, trying to disrupt it. But what a quality finish from Harlequins. Really strong carry, gets underneath the players, wrestling down, twisting and turning. Referee's right there. He thinks he's seen it down, just there. Patient, didn't blow too early, good management. And extends a big lead for Harlequins to round the game up.
Give the conversion to Chloe Edwards. Oh, they're not going to do it. Bella's going to take it.
I think Chloe Edwards refused to do that. I think there's been some special mentions out there today for the players. It's been a really good performance from Harlequins. Really good sparks from Loughborough at times throughout the game. But errors creeped in, which let them down, gifted the ball back to Harlequins, and Harlequins taking their moments, taking their opportunities. I think Emily Scott's done really well, leading from the front. And for me, player of the match, Emily Chancellor came on unexpectedly early. She's been a workhorse, worked around the pitch, multiple carries, couple of turnovers, great link tries. Crossfield catching those kicks. Not all forwards can do that. So my player of the match goes to Emily Chancellor. Congratulations
to her. First Quins try, first Quins player of the match. And Quins back to 3rd in the league. Full time here, 39-17. 6 tries in total. Plenty of positives for Loughborough Lightning, but they leave the Stoop empty-handed. And Quins back up to 3rd in the league. Let's take a look at the tries then, Rachel Burford. Plenty to celebrate here. Tries from all over the pitch. This seems like a long time ago now, but it was Lightning, Maya Muller, who got the opener. Yeah, they struck first, didn't they? Right from the restart, applying pressure, getting themselves into great territory opportunity. And then the pack went to work. Just staying really patient, even with Jade Conkle coming through, trying to disrupt. But they managed to find the corner with Miller. Started so well, but couldn't keep that momentum. No, Harlequins came straight back, and they got the lead 7-5 after this try, and it was a lead they never relinquished. But we talked about Chloe Edwards so much today. 80 minutes from tight head, that is a serious shift. Yeah, and I mean, it sums her up, doesn't it, as a player to be earning a 100 cap, to still be out there after 80 minutes. But then a bit of gold here from Emily Scott.
assesses her option and it opens up for her, and she takes the space and links up with her outside backs.
Yeah, well, it was the player of the match, Emily Chancellor. She'll be watching that pass off the left hand, won't she? She'll be talking you through that. But that's just lovely work from Scott. And that's the beauty of a game-breaking player, because she looked left originally. It wasn't on, but she could still create the magic. And then they continued to pour forward, did Harlequins. Bella McKenzie got her 5th try of the season. And again, she's put her hand at big difference maker, and she's done it in a few positions as well. 10, 15 and now 12. She's got through 3 defenders there as well.
Exactly. It's a good finish from her.
Bish, bash, bosh. This was good from Lightning as well, and this is something that they can build on for the rest of the season. Maya Muller getting her 2nd try. I mean, when that's well executed, there is nothing you can do, and that'll make a forwards coach very, very happy.
Yeah, absolutely. When it works, you know, it's so hard to defend. Just seeing a variation from Harlequins locker here, mixing it up, going to the front. And then Hannison being smart around the breakdown, sees that there's an opportunity.
And this was into the second half. It was 24-10 at half time, and there's the player of the match, Chancellor, making it look so easy.
And this was the moment for Loughborough that was pulling them back into it. Great line break from Chloe Rowling, William Morris, and then Sarah Hunter linking up with her England teammate and back rower Sadia Kabea. Hit the line flat. Great ball from Nelson. Look at that, get in your hands free to get the offload away. And Kabea with the power play to get over.
29-17, that made it. And then right at the end here, took so long for the ball to get down, but Mike Hudson was right. A tiniest little tip of the ball, and Corson added the cherry on top of a delicious Harlequins cake. Just as you said at the beginning of the game, Rachel Burford, it was a game that Quins could win. It wasn't going to be easy, and despite that comfortable scoreline, it wasn't easy.
No, it wasn't. There was patches where game management probably, they'll look back and reflect on how they could have done things differently, because then they put themselves under pressure. But there's plenty of positives, and it makes this table look very healthy from a Harlequins perspective.
Well, the table does look healthy. Quins back up into 3rd, and I think after that defeat to University of Worcester Warriors on game week 1, they'll certainly have taken that. Gloucester Hartpury and Exeter Chiefs sit top of the table. DMP Sharks and Wasps still struggling down there, and Loughborough Lightning, despite the fact that they've shown they can come to the Stoop and score a length of the field try, sat there down in 8th place. There are some presentations going on down there on the field, so we're going to leave you go and join those, Rachel Burford. But final thoughts on the performance today, and maybe one more word on Chloe on her centenary.
Yeah, I think, you know, great performance overall, really good result. Loughborough a good side, but what a day for Chloe Edwards there, earning her 100th cap today for the club. She's so important to this group of players. Not just what she does on the field, you know, 80-minute performance right there at the end, clearing up loose balls at the back, getting her team on the front foot, but she's got so much time for her team, the entire coaching staff as well, and she really deserves this moment.
Well, Chloe Edwards will receive the jersey for 100 appearances as a Harlequin, and we will leave you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Full time here, Quins 39, Lightning 17. Gone up the blind side. Connie Powell goes straight over the tackler.
Irwin, the pick and go, Green right on her shoulder, gives it short to Vicky Irwin again. Wasp spreading the play, Abby Dow coming in, great step from Abby Dow. break. What a dummy from Scott, racing under the stick.
Decent chance here for Bristol Bears for the try that'll take them to the playoffs. Robinson goes, Jetivo, one-on-one to score.
Rowland Scarrett on her outside, steps again, magical from Helena Rowland. Vivat now, short to Marley Packer, runs up against Beckett, spins, goes again, brilliant from Packer. They are the 2022 Allianz Premier 15s champions.